The story starts in the 13th century during a time of terrible pain. A horrible illness called the Black Death spread across the land, destroying many families. This dangerous sickness was not an accident. It was sent by the Witch Queen herself to get revenge for losing the people she loved. A group of knights went on a risky journey to stop her. During the fight, the knights were killed one after another, defeated by the Witch Queen's evil powers. At the end, only one knight was still alive: Calder. With strong will and skill, Calder was able to beat the Witch Queen and take her down. But before she died, she put a strong spell on him. She stabbed him in the heart and forced him to live forever, making him live without end. Many years passed, and the scene moves to the present day. Calder is now on a plane flying in the sky when a strong storm suddenly starts. But this is not a normal storm. Calder quickly understands that magic is being used. Looking around, he sees a girl acting oddly, using a small piece of metal and a cup of water. Calder sits beside her, and his presence makes her uneasy. She knows at once that he is the famous witch hunter, feared by everyone who uses dark magic. Right away, she gives him a small box with 3 glowing stones. Calder looks at the stones and tells her about their power. These magic stones control the weather, and the wild storm outside is caused by them being together. To stop the storm, he carefully moves the stones apart, using only basic tools. His understanding of magic works well. As soon as the stones are apart, the storm ends and the sky becomes peaceful again. After landing in New York, Calder is welcomed by a priest known as the 36th Dolan. For the last 800 years, the Dolans have been priests assigned to help Calder in his mission. They belong to an old group called the Order of the Axe and the Cross. This hidden group makes sure peace stays between people and witches, letting witches live freely if they don't hurt anyone. Witches who break this rule are locked up or put to death. The 36th Dolan tells Calder that he is going to retire after serving for 25 years. He has picked a new helper, the 37th Dolan, to take his place. To thank him for his years of loyal help, Calder gives the priest a rare and precious pin as a goodbye gift. That night, the 36th Dolan spends time in his office with the new 37th Dolan, talking about what is coming next. 37th Dolan talks about what will happen in the future. When the younger priest leaves, someone hidden in the shadows watches the house. The next day, sad news is shared. Calder's old friend, the 36th Dolan, is found dead in his home. Calder quickly goes to the funeral. He is very sad because he lost a trusted friend. During the funeral, the 37th Dolan promises to serve the Order of the Axe and Cross, and he is called to a never-ending fight. The 37th Dolan starts his first mission without delay. He and Calder want to know the real reason behind the 36th Dolan's sudden death. They go to the priest's house. They look carefully in the office but do not see any signs of magic. But right before they leave, Calder sees something unusual. Many bugs are on the floor. This is strange because all doors and windows are closed, so the bugs could not have come in. Calder's feelings tell him that something is wrong. When he looks more closely, he finds signs of old and dark magic in the room. He also finds a rare plant that he has not seen since his fight with the Witch Queen a long time ago. As Calder connects the clues, he understands that the 36th Dolan was tied up on the night he died. He was probably hurt to make him give important information. The secret must be very serious and dangerous. Calder also sees that the rare pen he gave the 36th Dolan is gone. Now that his best friend is dead, Calder begins to wonder about the 37th Dolan because he was the last person to see the 36th Dolan alive. But when Calder holds the young man's hand, he sees deep burn scars. The 37th Dolan says he got those burns in a big fire that killed his parents when he was just 5. He says the witches started the fire and that Calder rescued him. From that day, he made a promise to become a Dolan and help Calder fight dark magic. Calder and the 37th Dolan then go to a small restaurant. After some checking, they learn the place is owned by a blind wizard named Max, who uses magic to bring in customers. At that time, Calder shows Max a rare magical plant. Using his strong sense of smell, Max smells a faint trace on the plant and gives Calder important clues. Realizing the next part of the task is very risky, Calder tells the 37th Dolan to leave while he keeps searching on his own. The scene then changes to a young boy finding a trail of candy on the ground. Feeling curious, he follows the sweets to a hidden spot at the end of a quiet alley. There he sees a beautiful garden with trees full of candies. However, the calm scene is suddenly broken when Calder shows up and scares the boy. At that moment, the illusion breaks, showing the dark truth. This lovely candy garden is just a trap made to attract innocent children. Quickly, Calder tells the boy to run away and avoid that dangerous place. Calder then walks into an old, empty building where he sees a small girl shaking in fear. As he goes closer to help her, she suddenly jumps at him, changing into a grown man named Ellis. In a fight, even with the quick attack, Calder is able to defeat Ellis, asking him questions about the killing of the 36th Dolan. At first, Ellis says he was not involved in any way. However, when Calder discovers the missing valuable pen on a dusty shelf in Ellis's hiding place, the truth becomes clear. Later, Calder brings Ellis to the Witch Council to be judged for his actions. To his surprise, the council quickly finds Ellis guilty and gives him a punishment without checking if he had any help. As Calder had hoped, a council member named Glazer strongly says that Ellis worked alone, claiming he saw Ellis's future using tarot cards. Even so, Calder does not fully believe it. He knows Ellis has the power to change his shape, a kind of banned magic that has not been used in over 800 years. After Ellis is put in the witch's prison, Calder sees something troubling. A bug is crawling on Glazer's shoulder, the same kind Calder saw in the office of the 36th Dolan. Worried, he hurries to the funeral home and opens the coffin of his old friend. By doing a small test, Calder finds out something shocking. The 36th Dolan is not truly dead. Instead, he is trapped by a strong dark spell, which can only be broken if the witch who made it is killed. But there is a time limit. If the witch is not killed in 2 days, the 36th Dolan will die for real. Looking more closely at the body, Calder notices a small cut at the end of the 36th Dolan's finger. He thinks his old friend may have left him a secret message that the witch did not notice. Following this clue, Calder goes back to the 36th Dolan's office and flips through his journal. There, he finds some words marked with blood, showing something important the day his friend died. But Calder has a hard time remembering clearly what happened. To find answers, he visits a special bar where people make magic potions. The bar is owned by a woman named Chloe, who may help him find the truth. When Calder arrives, he asks Chloe to make a potion that will help him remember his past. At first, Chloe says no and refuses to help the witch hunter. But when Calder warns her that he will close down her bar, she has no choice but to help. As soon as the potion starts working, Calder begins to see again the moment when he killed the Witch Queen. But before he can find any helpful clues, a man named Balthazar suddenly attacks him. Balthazar quickly puts a strange liquid into Calder's neck, making him weak and unable to stay fully awake while the memory potion is still working. Calder is in a weaker position during the fight with Balthazar because Balthazar knows Calder might learn something very important through the potion. Balthazar burns Chloe's tools and plans, making sure she cannot make the potion again. After Balthazar leaves, Chloe quickly runs to Calder and tries to wake him up from the potion's influence. When Calder wakes up completely, Balthazar is already gone, leaving Chloe feeling very upset, angry, and blaming Calder for destroying her business. The next morning, Chloe wakes up in Calder's house and sees him deeply focused on finding more about Balthazar, tinning one delegate. Still angry, she again thinks Calder is the reason her business failed and gets ready to leave. But Calder offers her a deal. If she helps him get back his lost memories, he will keep her safe from any danger, no matter what it takes. After thinking for a bit, Chloe says yes to the offer and decides to make another memory potion. Chloe needs a rare flower that only a few people have, including herself. She takes Calder to visit Miranda, a witch friend who works with her. When they get there, Chloe quickly feels something is wrong. She doesn't see any of the plants they need. As she looks for answers, she finds Miranda's dead body. Right then, her phone rings. On the line, Balthazar coldly says that he killed Miranda. Sad and very angry, Chloe tells Calder to find Balthazar and make him pay. Determined to find more clues, Calder and Chloe meet a witch named Danny Kaye. At first, everything seems to go well. Danny Kaye easily gives the rare plant they need for the potion without any refusal. However, Chloe soon notices that there is something wrong with the plant. Before she can act, Danny Kaye casts a fake spell on Calder, sending him back to a moment he wanted to forget, a time when his wife and daughter were still alive. In this false world, Calder sees himself living calmly with his family, reliving their happiest times together. Seeing that it's a trick, Chloe uses her own magic to enter Calder's mind and tries to bring him back to the real world. Just as Danny Kaye's men get ready to choke him, Calder quickly wakes up, taking control and defeating his enemies. He finds proof that Danny Kaye has been helping Balthazar the whole time. To make her talk, Calder takes her valuable magic stone and threatens to break it unless she tells him what she knows about Balthazar. With no other option, Danny Kaye gives Calder the information he needs. Without delay, he gives the magic stone to Chloe, who breaks it into pieces. At the moment the stone breaks, the false beauty disappears, showing the woman's real look, which is a weak, old, and wrinkled lady. After this moment, Calder learns something amazing about Chloe. She is a dream walker, a special kind of witch who can enter people's dreams and thoughts. Chloe had kept this power secret, knowing that going into dreams is seen as a dangerous type of dark magic. Calder tells her she does not need a potion to get back his memories. Her own power lets her go straight into his mind. He then asks Chloe to go into his thoughts, warning her that it is very risky, but it is the only way to find the truth. Chloe finally agrees to help Calder. She uses her skills to go into his mind and uncover a hidden memory. Through this, Calder learns a shocking fact. He is not the only knight who survived. Many others are still alive, including the first Dolan, the one who first found the heart of the Witch Queen. A long time ago, when the first Dolan was ready to destroy the Witch Queen's heart, he saw something very strange. The heart was somehow linked to Calder's life. If he destroyed it, Calder would also die. To save Calder, the first Dolan and the Secret Order of the Axe and the Cross made a hard decision. They decided to hide the heart and never tell anyone where it was, not even Calder. Now with this new knowledge, Calder goes to the 37th Dolan and demands the whole truth. The Dolan admits that the Order of the Axe and the Cross kept the secret to protect Calder. Then they put together what had happened. The Dolan before him, the 36th, was attacked because he knew where the Witch Queen's heart was. He was tortured until he told them its location. Understanding the terrible truth, Calder and the 37th Dolan realize that Balthazar's real goal is to bring the Witch Queen back to life. Wanting to stop this, Calder finds an old map that shows where he killed the Witch Queen 800 years ago. He gets ready to go there alone, leaving the 37th Dolan and Chloe behind. At the same time, Balthazar surprises the blind man Max and takes him away. A few minutes later, we see Max tied to a tree. Balthazar arrives with the witch's heart and buries it near Max, saying he will be used as plant food to grow the Witch Queen back soon. Roots grow out and start covering Max's whole body. Soon after, Calder reaches the place and faces Balthazar. A strong fight happens and Calder is able to kill Balthazar. But it's too late. Balthazar has already finished the ritual, using both the Witch Queen's heart and Max's body to bring her back. Now fully alive, the Witch Queen touches Calder and takes back his immortality. Before Calder can attack, she vanishes into the shadows. Without his immortality, Calder is left badly hurt. Now that Balthazar is dead, The 36th Dolan is finally free from the magic that cursed him. As he heals, he and Calder talk about what to do next. They figure out that the Witch Queen wants to release a deadly plague on the world, using the power of the trapped witches to bring back the scary plague bugs. Even so, the 36th Dolan promises Calder that he can defeat her again, like he did hundreds of years ago. Calder later gets ready with the same sword he used to kill the Witch Queen before, along with special magic symbols that change the weather. With help from Chloe and the 37th Dolan, Calder rushes to the witch's prison to stop the Witch Queen's evil plan. When they arrive, they find something terrible. The guards of the Witch Council, who once protected the prison, have been killed. Inside, the Witch Queen is using the trapped witches as a strong energy source to start another deadly disease. Calder acts fast. He rescues Ellis, an important person in the Queen's ritual, and tells Chloe to go into Ellis's inner mind and break the Witch Queen's mental link to the prisoners. This will pause her plan for a while. While Chloe does this, the 37th Dolan shields her from danger. As soon as Calder leaves, he faces the prison's giant guardian, who rushes in to take Ellis back. But Calder fights bravely and finally rips out the monster's heart and destroys it. Chloe finds Ellis and tries to stop him, but he throws her to the ground. She battles in her mind and pushes him into a deep pit, ending him both in thought and in body. With this, the ritual is broken. Soon after, Calder meets the Witch Queen, and a wild fight starts. Calder shows that his kind heart does not stop him from fighting with skill and bravery. Just when it looks like Calder might win, the 37th Dolan shows up, holding Chloe as a prisoner. Then the truth comes out. The 37th Dolan wants revenge on Calder for ending his parents. He is the child of a family of spell users that Calder once put to death. But even though he was born into a magical family, the 37th Dolan has no special powers. Full of anger, he fires his weapon at Calder many times, leaving him weak and unable to protect himself on the ground. Seeing her opportunity, the Witch Queen walks up to Chloe. She uses her dark magic to link Chloe's mind with the other witches, making the strong magical connection needed to finish the deadly curse of the plague. At the same time, above New York, a dark and scary group of plague insects fills the sky, ready to cause destruction. Wanting power badly, the 37th Dolan bows down in front of the Witch Queen, begging her to give him real magic powers. But instead of granting his wish, the Witch Queen turns against him. Without waiting, she kills him. Meanwhile, Calder, close to death, sees a vision of his wife and daughter. They give him strength and tell him to get up and keep fighting. With new courage, Calder wakes up. Using the weather control runes, he calls a strong light bolt and puts its force into his sword. With all his power, he throws the sword at the Witch Queen, striking her and turning her to ashes. The power of the curse returns to Calder. And just when he's about to destroy both the Witch Queen and himself, Chloe steps in and stops him. She tells him that even worse evils are hiding in the shadows, dangers far greater than the Witch Queen. She persuades him that his mission is not yet complete. The story ends with Calder and the 36th Dolan having a friendly talk. The 36th Dolan chooses to wait before retiring and to stay with Calder. Chloe also decides to stay with them. Together, the three create a new group, free from the control of the Order of the Axe and the Cross, ready to face whatever 16th might come.